Hello everybody, we're back again for another reveal. I decided to use the animal cards this week. I get some good inspiration from these animal cards. So it's pretty cool how the animal cards, as well as animals in nature, really can give us some good inspiration for the days and weeks and months ahead. For example, the other day I saw a baby bunny rabbit, which is more common in the springtime here, but I did see a baby bunny rabbit outside. So that to me means new beginnings, there's new things happening, fresh start. So maybe taking something old and turning it into something new, or finding a new way to see things, or there's a new spin on something that's been old and stale. So all of these animals in nature really have a different omen for us. For each animal that we see is going to mean something a little bit different. So pay attention to those signs and symbols. Maybe write them down and see what they mean to you. How do they make you feel inside? So that's a pretty cool experiment for the next couple weeks. So give it a shot. See what it brings for you. Now, if you chose card number 1, you chose Beaver Spirit. Now, this card says lay a solid foundation. So now is the time to make a plan, to get this plan in action. You've been manifesting, likely. You've been making a plan to do something. You've been, writing the list. You've been planning. Now is the time to start building, to start putting the wheels in motion. This is the time to start taking some action. Get the things lined up and ready to go, because work is going to start soon. So there is a little bit of work involved in this project. You want to make sure you've got a good team around you. If you need to call on them, you're going to make sure that everything is set up and ready to go. You've spent enough time planning, so now it's time to just take that leap. Jump in with both feet. Get these things going. Make sure you're paying attention also to the details in the situation. So you want to make sure that you're not missing anything because you're too far away. So you really want to zoom in, make sure that you're not missing anything critical. You want to not skip steps, make sure that you're catching everything, but do be persistent and get started on your path, because this is a really good time for you to do that. So that's kind of exciting. Looks like all these projects are going to start to come to life. Everything that you've been planning and imagining is going to start coming to life. So really a great time. We just passed a full moon not too long ago. So it's a good time to start fresh, a good time to start turning those manifestations into actions. Now, if you chose card number 2, you chose Panther Spirit. This card says reclaim your power. Now, this card really suggests that you've been kind of standing back in the shadows. You've been, kind of blending in with the background. You don't want anybody to see or recognize you. You've just been kind of chilling, hanging out, maybe being a bit of a hermit. But this card is suggesting that it's time for you to shine. It's time for you to come out of those patterns, out of that hiding, out of that hibernation kind of state that you've been in. You're going to come out and it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable if you come out, because you're used to being in your own space. You're used to being, in quiet, in zen, in recovery, in the cocoon. Now it's time to step out and really shine. It's going to feel uncomfortable. At times it's going to feel like, I just want to go back into hibernation. I want to go back in the shadows. I don't want to be out here in the spotlight. This is talking about really just own it. Get out there and own it. Just be independent. Claim that independence. Really just own it. It'll start to feel comfortable again soon, but it is time for you to step out of the shadows. You've been in hibernation long enough. It's time to get out and just really shine and remember who you are. Just be solid about it. Be confident. Live into that confidence. Fake it till you make it. And it'll become soon natural and second nature for you. Again, it's just important for you to push yourself to get out of your comfort zone a little bit at this time, okay? If you chose card number 3, you chose Dove Spirit. This card says, be peace. So that's exactly what it means. At this time, you really want to just find that peace within. You want to become one with yourself. You really want to find your spirit. Get into meditation. So opposite from the last card, where you need to step out of your comfort zone and really shine and get out there, this card suggests that you need to go within. Peace starts within. So you don't start feeling peace by depending on everything around you. You need to go within. This talks about resting when you need to rest. Going into meditation, doing it frequently over the next couple of weeks. If you can meditate 20 minutes a day, 3 times a day, do that, because that's really what's going to help you to get into your spirit at this time. Now, trust that spirit has a plan for you. You're really going to trust that the universe has a plan. There's more to life than just this moment, but you need to live in harmony with those around you, out of judgment of yourself, out of judgment of those around you. So this is a time for you to really assume the peace position. Be peaceful with yourself first. Then it's going to spread to being peaceful with those around you. You really want to just do this without fear. So don't worry about people judging you, about getting in touch with your spirit. This is really important for you, okay? So this is a time for you to go within, find that inner peace, and embrace it, okay? Now, last one, if you chose card number 4, you chose Koi Spirit. Koi fish, sorry. There is always enough. So this card suggests that your pond may be big, your pond may be small. No matter how small your pond is, there's always enough. So learn to appreciate what it is that you've got within your space. Use the resources that you have to expand and to move ahead in life, okay? So, if you're in a small pond, be happy with your small pond. If you're in a big pond, be happy in your big pond. Try to appreciate your surroundings. There's always enough. You want to set the intention that there's wealth and abundance that are coming towards you. What you want to do at this time is really embrace it. So let's say you're trying to get a new job. You walk into that job interview like you already have worked there for 10 years. Now, having said that, a little bit of caution. You don't ever want to pretend that you know things you don't know. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to admit that you've maybe got some strengths here, but on the other hand, you're lacking or challenged in this area. So don't pretend to be something that you're not. You want to be honest and upfront, but you want to walk in and be confident. Act like you belong there. This is the same as in a relationship or a new friendship or a new club or, anything in your life. You want to act like you've already got it. And that's going to help bring it to you that much quicker. This is also going to bring some creativity. So as you take one step, you're going to learn another creative idea. You take another step, it's going to be more creativity. Well, these ideas are just going to pop into your head, and they're going to be awesome. Go with them. Trust them, okay? So really great cards this week. Little bit of a spread depending on what you picked. Interesting if you've picked a couple of different cards to see how they interact with each other. Sometimes you are drawn towards more than one card, and it's quite interesting to put those two meanings together and really just try to appreciate how they work together. But it's great. So either you're building, you're coming out of the shadows, you're going within to find peace, or you're grateful for what you've already got, and you're really just owning yourself. So a lot of independence over the next couple of weeks. So really just own it. Step into what it is that you need rather than worrying about what everybody else around you wants from you, needs from you, or the noise or distraction around you. So really just trust that you can be you. Okay? Enjoy the rest of your evening. We will meet again in a couple weeks. Take care. Bye for now, guys.